a young 16-year-old girl goes in and she has an abortion, you would support a law that would retroactively throw her in prison for having done that?
Yep. Yep, I would, because she still killed an innocent human, whether she knew she was doing that or not.
Okay, so say someone's punished, right, for killing that other human being. So, like in the case of abortion, what would you say is the punishment for
Jail.
someone having aborted?
Jail. Kill a human, go to jail. Yep. Doctor and mom, go to jail. Yep. No question.
How long?
Whatever the sentence for murder is. I would argue that would be first degree murder, because it would necessarily be premeditated. So, because you don't just have an accident, you don't just accidentally go to the, like, trip and fall, stumble into the abortion clinic and kill your baby. No.
Would that be retroactive? Would you support a retroactive law to do that?
That's actually a tough question. I don't think it would fly. I think if it were fully up to me, absolutely. But if if I'm actually trying to argue that in a court of law or something, I don't think it would fly.
So, I mean, I kind of question the morality of that a little bit, even if you say it was just up to me. So there's a lot of people who maybe don't really think these issues through, and abortion is heavily promoted pretty much everywhere without any type of penalty.
Yeah.
And so, a young 16-year-old girl goes in and she has an abortion. You would support a law that would retroactively throw her in prison for having done that?
Yep, I would, because she still killed an innocent human, whether she knew she was doing that or not. Negligence is not an excuse. If you accidentally, like, for example,
But doesn't society bear a lot of the brunt of responsibility for having pushed and allowed that to begin with? So, I mean, would you indict everybody who was an abortion supporter and throw them in prison too?
Well, no. So definitely not supporter. Like, if you're simply a supporter or an advocate of the pro-choice movement or whatever, and but you never actually committed one or never took part in one, etc., then no, I guess you didn't actually commit a crime. You just advocated for it.
So if you're backing that up, if society is willfully saying that this is okay, and so people go and they do it because it's generally thought of as being appropriate, okay, it's backed by law and it's backed by what they consider a moral majority and the law, I don't really see how you could hold them responsible for that.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, if we're to actually argue this out in law, you'd probably win. I would probably lose that argument.
Well, even from an ethical standpoint, I think I can still beat the argument pretty easy. I don't think that it would be particularly ethical if we were to, for instance, let's say have what was that movie where everybody one night a year could just fucking kill whoever they wanted? Which I think that's awesome, by the way. I would totally support a purge. But if you had the purge and then, 50 purges in, you're like, well, this is illegal and we're going to retroactively round all you fuckers up for all the horrible shit you did. I don't know. I think that's probably just as unethical as having the purge in the first place, right? So just saying, from my standpoint.
Yeah, but it's not, again, the difference with that and the purge is, like, the purge is, if I'm not mistaken, I've never actually seen the movie, but it's like one day out of the year, everybody can go out and commit whatever crime they want. And it's all legal. Yeah. And you can just go shoot your neighbor. And I guess that's fine. But, like, with this, we're not, one, I'm not advocating to go and kill people. And two, these people that I'm advocating to jail, not kill, are not innocent. They are not just innocent bystanders. They have committed an abortion, which is the killing of an innocent human being. Whether it was legal, whether they knew it, whether they, no matter how old they are, no matter what their circumstance was, they still killed an innocent human being. And
you don't think that's taking the position too far the other side?
There is no taking this position too far.
No taking it too far. Retroactively throw all them bitches in prison.
Absolutely. Right? And repeal the 19th while we're at it. I'm serious.
I think you might be maybe slinging the blade too far on that one, man. Too much reach on that one. I understand conceptually what you're saying, and I understand conceptually even why it makes sense, right? But you have to temper logic and reason with it. And I think that you kind of already agreed. Of course, you could probably never get a law that would actually retroactively go back and do it. I don't think a law doing that would even be ethical. But I do find it interesting to kind of flesh the argument out to its logical conclusion.
Yeah. Well, I would say if we that's actually like, to be honest, I've never gone this far in the discussion, and I probably wouldn't die on that hill. Like let's say abortion is illegal. We've somehow got to the point. I don't see it happening in the near future, but we've somehow got to the point where there's no more abortions legal in the United States. I'm probably not gonna actually push to jail everybody that's already had one when it was legal. I'll answer that in a second. But I probably wouldn't actually push for that. My main endpoint goal here is for abortion to cease to exist, for people to stop aborting innocent humans.
But you can see where people might consider you to be something of a zealot if other people who are in agreement with you about abortion ask you questions like, would you retroactively go back and throw everybody in prison? Or, essentially the crime for murder in some places capital punishment. Right. So you would take these 15-year-old girls and basically put them up against the wall with a blindfold. Right.
and repeal the 19th.
Yeah. So when we try to, if you, I don't think you want to take the argument to the point where you look like a zealot is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think I do agree with that. Like I said, I probably wouldn't push it that far. All I want is abortion to stop. I want people to stop killing babies. I want people to stop denying science, trying to argue for something above an innocent human life and saying something else is more important. And I want innocent humans to stop being killed. That's really what I want.
And I think that there's probably a lot of people in that camp.